Mayor Billy Kay has joined me, and it's always a pleasure to have you here, Mayor. So something that's on everybody's mind is the weather. It's pretty soggy out there. We had a soggy water festival. What are you hearing around town about what people are thinking about all this weather?
Well, we have a soggy everything. You know, the water festival had a great show, but you know, unfortunately, the rain frightened some people from getting a little bit wet. I took my umbrella and went down and was supportive and had a good time. You know, the weather is, I continue to say, and have been saying so for a while, that we're going to see changes in the pattern of weather and that we need to be getting ready for it. On the 7th, I'm in a panel in Charleston with the military talking about the impact of rising sea levels and changing weather on our bases, national defense, and of course that very much affects our local economy. You know, the bottom line, and I've always stayed away from talking about climate change because it gets so political, and there are those who believe in science and those who don't, or believe the scientists and those who don't. But the bottom line is if you go to the water and you look at docks or set benchmarks, you will see that the king tides are higher now than they were yesterday, or I won't say yesterday, last year. And by all accounts, they're going to be higher in the next year. There was a fascinating piece in the Charleston Post and Courier talking about now there's a threat to the port terminals. What if they become underwater? Well, the Ports Authority is a cash cow for the state of South Carolina. So while the sogging is painful, while people are inconvenienced, while unfortunately some houses suffer damage, the focus in the city is we're going to raise the stormwater fee this year, and we're going to take a massive undertaking, begin to incrementally approach a $15+ million renovation of all of our stormwater systems. In some cases that means lowering pipes so that they catch water that sits below them. Others is raising pipes. We're going to have to relocate parts of the Spanish Moss Trail, for example, to make room for longer pipes. But the issue is even more complicated because with the higher tides and the heavy rains, the two will collide in the stormwater system. So that even on a low tide, the high tides will come up into the city through the system. So the more we improve it, the more we're going to get intrusion from the salt water. At the same time, we need to find ways, and that's what our engineers are working on, ways to hold water longer so that it can then be released. But I firmly believe that infrastructure to deal with rain and management of water is probably going to be the largest infrastructure challenge to not only to Beaufort County but to the country. And what frightens me most is the issue might scare people from coming here to holiday or coming here to retire, and the impact it can have on property values. So in the city of Beaufort, it's the pedal to the metal, and we're working very hard, going to spend some money and begin a process for dealing with improving our stormwater flow out, but also preventing the intrusion of water coming in.
Well, thank you so much for being with us, for sharing all of that, and it's encouraging to know that you guys are on it and you're doing something about it. Thanks, Billy. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.